Hello everyone. Today I'm building a secret hidden elevator that will be completely flush with the ground. Now the problematic part with that is you need to move a ton of blocks out the way. You need to consider everything that could stick together. It's a whole mess. So let's do it. Step number one would be to find the right kind of elevator. And of course for that we're gonna use slime block flying machines. This shouldn't work at all. But because we'll have 4 blocks that need to be attached to slime blocks right here, this will not be a waste of space, but instead the smallest slime block flying machine that's possible for this design. Great. Step number one, complete. Now, to have this elevator really hidden, I want to make as much room as possible until we actually need to break the even floor. The next step, we need to move those blocks out the way so they don't stick to the flying machine. It's honey action time. Yeah, I can't use slime blocks here, which means this one piston is gonna have to push 12 blocks by itself, which means we can't actually make this floor too big before we need to interrupt the even flooring. But that's okay, I think. Should still look impressive. Alright, now to activate the piston, just need a simple redstone line that connects them all up. Exactly 15. Wow. Before I accidentally activate this, I should probably block the flying machine. That seems like a good idea. Alright. Test number 2. It is fast enough. Obsidian right here should do the trick. That way it at least stops in the right location. And then something needs to activate it. It would be a bad idea to have the same input for the 2 circuits. Do I actually just input from here? Oh. Well, I'll take it. Okay. Great. Perfect timing. Now addressing the other issue, there will always be a gap in the floor somewhere. But we can of course push that gap back a little bit, which allows us to have like walls or something out there and make it seem like a magic contraption. Nice. And now the moment of truth. It's so perfect. It shouldn't even work, but for some reason it does. And then all you need is something to cover that up right here. Either a wall right here, or we'll figure that out later. Now all I need is a ceiling on top. But I also want to make it a little bit fancier. Okay, we have the same problem here in the ceiling. We somehow need to move all of those blocks out the way. Yeah, exactly. Then we can just have a double piston extender pulling those blocks out, a normal piston extender here on the side. Yeah, I can see this working out. Okay, I don't know if this is the most efficient slime block piston extender, but it works just fine. Nice. Right, what I forgot to mention is we can't just copy the design we had on the bottom, because we also have to take care of the 4 center blocks. That's why I'm doing such a complicated contraption right here. But this should work just fine. Alright. Now you may have noticed we're running into a similar problem where we have those blocks right here that just will never be filled in unless we have a second contraption on the back here pushing the blocks back. Same issue as below, they have to be hidden behind the same wall though, which makes this a non-problem for us. Very well. I'd say we push the gap quite far, which is right in line with the wall that we need either way. No way that actually works. What? Just having them extend at the same time, that's so simple. Redstone ain't supposed to work on the first try. Something's wrong with this redstone. It's clearly too obedient. Now comes the spicy part, where I actually am planning to have walls right here that are not made out of non-stick blocks. I'll explain to you how I'm trying to do that exactly. So the idea is to have a wall of pistons, or rather 4 walls of pistons, like this, with the decorative or whatever blocks we want in front, and to make the pistons move the walls out of the way just in time for the flying machine, to make it seem like from within the elevator that you are traveling past a normal wall. That's gonna be a real hell of a timing issue, but I'll try my best to make it work. Okay, so I built this kind of spiraling redstone circuit. The issue was that it was one directional. So I've added a second spiral that goes the other way around, connected it with repeaters, and that should hopefully do the trick. We'll send the redstone signal both ways. And this is how we're going to create the illusion of a solid wall. Right there. It just needs perfect timing to not expose the magic trick. Then let's put it through the test with a flying machine. Okay, that was pretty good. Oh wow. Upwards it's really perfect. I can probably adjust the timings a little bit better, but I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, that's how the pistons are gonna look. Now I just need to hook it up with redstone. Now we just need to somehow link this up to the redstone chain right here. Okay, I've tried to integrate the circuit as best as possible with some adjusted timings. Now I just need to see how well this actually works. This works perfectly. I need to connect everything up. And of course I need to somehow still stop the flying machine up here and make that whole thing flush with the floor as well. So the only way I can interact with this is by having pistons extend into the contraption itself. That's how I'm gonna have to activate it. But I don't think that will be a big issue. Now we just gotta give it some space right here to make the redstone separate. That seems to be working great now. It's not the prettiest redstone circuit. I'm not sure that I can clean this up at all, but it works. Alright, that seems to be working fine. And now I'm gonna test it out with a redstone block just to see how much time I have before the first. Oh my god, that is instantaneous. I might want to delay this. Needs to be just a tiny bit earlier. Oh yeah, that's it. Now I'm gonna start connecting all those circuits up and see how I can make them be synchronized. And scaffolding is perfect to send the signal up straight through a redstone dense area. Hey, I was wondering when this was gonna happen. I created my first accidental redstone clock. How nice. Now I've actually decided to hide all the unpleasant bits with some pillars. In this specific case, I can even use the pillar to send a redstone signal upwards. So this is the perfect solution in my opinion. Right there, and as soon as that extends up, we can take the redstone signal from here through the block, and we have an activation. Activation. Did it work? Yeah, it seems to have shifted everything perfectly. Backups are made, and the first test run is on its way. No way. No way. That was a pure accident, but the timing for this piston wall right here is absolutely perfect. Wow. With that, the last redstone component that is still left would be the reset for this whole thing. We just need to make sure that with the right timing, this piston extends down again, resetting the pillar and making this whole contraption ready for the next use. Let's see if that's enough delay. Alright, this is all still working as normal. Let's see this from the outside actually this time. That looks pretty good, yeah. Now did this work as well? Yeah, the piston is in the right position. Let's go. That is very nice. But I think we don't actually need that much delay. Maybe we need a bit more delay. Just a tiny bit. Yeah, that looks better. By the way, this piece here is foolproof. Even if you try to activate it while no flying machine is there, it's not going to do anything because the signal travels through the flying machine's observer first. As you can see, I've been experimenting with some different pillar designs, but in the end I went with this one since I didn't really have much vertical space to work with. I think it turned out quite nice. The next thing I worked on was of course the floor itself, and in this design I experimented with a kind of water channel flooring. Of course I made sure that you couldn't fall in anywhere and that all the channels are connected so it feels like a singular water stream that's flowing through. I think it turned out quite nice in these designs, especially with the sea lanterns lighting the whole place up a bit more. And with the last segment I tried to make a bit more linear channels with less intricate corners, just to mix it up a bit in this one. This little design right here is the adaptation, so we can actually have a hidden water bucket activated entrance. Now the only thing that still needs to be covered are the very bottom and the very top. We're just gonna do that with colored shulker boxes right here. And I think that should be all we need. The least I can do here is make it symmetrical with honey blocks and slime blocks, of course. Oh no, I forgot to remove this. Oh, I ruined it. Damn it. Now it's all mangled up. Of course, the ceiling also needs to be made out of quartz, otherwise it would just feel out of place. And because there was a dark spot here in the middle, I decided to add some sea lanterns. I think it fits the place quite well. And with these final decorations, this turned out better than I actually expected it to. Except this needs to be corrected a little. And it actually kind of looks like a one-block center now. I think that's the perfect design. I like it. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. The real elevator test. As you can see, I replaced these wall blocks with random blocks. You can really just use whatever you want with these, and it will make no difference whatsoever. This is like actually one of the coolest redstone contraptions I've ever built. Took me quite a while, but I think it was worth it. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again. Bye!